Hello, all you ladies, gentlemen, and all Technicolor in between. This is your host, Cora Dive, and we are bringing you another delve into mythology. Today, we are bringing you the Knights of the Round Table, a delve into Arthurian legends of the British Isles. Let's get into this, shall we? The Knights of the Round Table. The Middle Ages was a tumultuous and dangerous time. Ruthless kings and lords won power by brute force and then viciously defended it. It was not uncommon for lords to murder their neighbors in order to steal their land. Anyone who did not have power, the poor, the weak, the ill defended, they were at the mercy of those who did. It was a time when might made right, meaning that the powerful made the rules and ground everyone else under their heel. Yet, amid all this corruption, bloodshed, and chaos, King Arthur emerges and becomes a monarch who valued the poor, the weak, the oppressed. Merlin the wizard tells Arthur that it's his destiny to create a new kind of kingdom. Arthur's Britain becomes an experiment to answer this question. Can a kingdom be founded on the ideals of justice, mercy, and equality? To defend his new realm, Arthur creates the Order of the Knights of the Round Table. The mission of these knights is to see that justice is upheld by taking up the cause of the oppressed and the defenseless. Women, who were often at the mercy of their male overlords, were offered a special protection by Arthur's knights. The Knights of the Round Table were to defend women at all times and accept any quest that was offered to them by a woman. Arthur's knights also abandoned the kill or be killed mentality of the Middle Ages. Arthur commanded his knights to spare enemies who asked for mercy, no matter how deserving of death that they might be. It becomes the first society to even approach the idea that all men are created equal. In the brutal Middle Ages, it might seem that building a kingdom based on these principles would be suicide. Yet instead of being easily overrun by his enemies, Arthur's kingdom flourishes. Knights from all over Britain are drawn to Camelot's call for justice and pledge themselves to its grand cause. Because of their dedication to these ideals, Arthur's knights become the first example of a band of heroes fighting for abstract principles such as justice, honor, and purity. For once, it is not the external qualities of the knights, such as wealth, position, physical strength, or size, that measure their success, but rather their private integrity and devotion to their cause. The Round Table itself symbolizes the kind of humility and sense of duty Arthur expects from his knights. because of its shape. None of its sieges or seats are better than any other. All places are equal, even that of the king himself. In Le Morte d'Arthur, Malory describes the formation of Arthur's knightly order in this manner. The king established all his knights and gave them that were of lands not rich. He gave them lands and charged them never to do outrageous deed nor murder, and always to flee treason. Also, by no means to be cruel, but to give mercy upon him that asketh mercy. And always do ladies, damsels, and gentlewomen succor upon pain of death. Also that no man take no battles in a wrongful quarrel for no law, nor for no world's goods. Unto this were all the knights sworn of the Table Round, both old and young. And every year were they sworn at the high feast of Pentecost. This yearly oath, taken by the Knights of the Round Table, became known as the Pentecostal oath. In the long run, Arthur becomes a great king, not because of the power he holds, but by his skill in inspiring, uniting, and leading others. Many of Arthur's knights hail from different backgrounds. Percival is Welsh, Tristan, Cornish, Lancelot, French, Gawain, and his brothers come from Orkney, Scotland. And Palamedes is from the lands of the Saracens, or Muslims. All of these were in constant conflict with one another. Yet, inspired by Arthur's leadership, these knights lay aside their differences to band together for a common purpose: peace. Because of their diligence and willingness to work together, Arthur's reign becomes a golden age. Arthur's leadership is the key to the knight's success. In the Middle Ages, different types of leaders were represented by the lion, the fox, the pelican, three allegorical animals that appeared in the medieval bestiary, a collection of pictures and stories about the symbolic properties of animals. The lion represented bold and fearsome kings who used their strength to overpower weaker opponents. The fox, a smaller and weaker animal, represented crafty kings who used treachery and politics to outwit their opponents. The pelican, who was rumored to pierce his own breast so its young could feed upon its blood, represented compassionate, humble, self-sacrificing kings. Arthur is neither a roaring lion nor a treacherous fox. In fact, it is the lions and foxes of Britain who threaten to get the best of him. Instead, he is the pelican who lives for something higher than himself and sacrifices himself for the good of his people. Arthur's kingdom becomes so strong that it seems that no external force could ever destroy it. Yet a powerful danger lurks inside the heart of those who defend it. Only the Knights of the Round Table themselves and their human shortcomings have the power to destroy the kingdom they've helped create. Arthur and his knights are not perfect, as the stories about them prove. They're frail human beings with the same faults that we have. If Arthur's knights choose to abandon the ideals that made them great, choosing selfishness and division over unity and brotherhood, they sow the seeds of their own destruction. It is a lesson that is still relevant today. Ultimately, King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table teach us two things. First, lofty ideas and goals can make the world a better place. And secondly, these ideas can only survive through the commitment and integrity of those who diligently defend them.